8 stunning things about Elon Musk you might not have known. What Elon Musk has achieved in this world is more than what anyone else has done. He has managed to transform the whole electric vehicle industry and turn it into the next big thing. He has also managed to start a company that is now the #1 private space exploration company. And who knows, with the way he is progressing, he might just be the first ever trillionaire. But even with all that, there are still a lot of things that people don't know about Elon Musk. Today, we are going to take a look at 8 of the most stunning things about Elon Musk that you most probably did not know about. But first, please leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos from Traverse Media. Number 8. Musk had a rough childhood. Elon Musk is a South African, born to May, a Canadian nutritionist and model, and Earl, who is a South African engineer. When Musk was still a very young boy, he would immerse himself in books since his parents were always too busy to take care of him. In fact, he was mostly taken care of by a housekeeper. He had heaps of books as it was the only thing that he could do. His parents divorced in 1980, and when they were separating, his brother and sister decided to go with their mother, but Musk chose to stay with his father. However, he later realized that his father was not a good person, and he had a reputation for being ruthless. However, even with all that, Elon Musk, Elon Musk's father, was a very good engineer. When his son was young, he taught him most of the basics of electricity, building, and science. When he was growing up, he had a small body size, even as a teenager. He was also very introverted, just living a somewhat lonely life. All this made him the perfect target for the bullies in school. It was so serious that at one point, he was beaten up so badly that he was even rendered unconscious. However, it got to a point where Elon Musk decided that enough was enough, and he learned how to fight back. When he was 17 years old, he had to flee from South Africa to dodge the mandatory military service that was in the country because of apartheid. He went to a university in Canada. This was a blessing in disguise because it was when he began his journey into entrepreneurship. Number 7. Musk developed and even sold a video game when he was just 12 years old. The billionaire tech genius did not start his journey with technology when he was older. He started venturing and creating things with technology when he was still very young. The first time that he ever saw a computer was when he was 10 years old. He saw it in a store once before he had one. With this and the motivation of wanting to find out how it all works, he ended up learning to program. He then went ahead and developed the code for a shooting spaceship game called Blastar. This was his first big sale, because he sold the game to a computer magazine for $500. However, he was not going to stop there. After thinking about it and planning about it, Elon and his brother, Kimball, shared ideas of opening an arcade somewhere near their school. However, those plans did not really go through, mainly because the parents refused to give their legal consent for the 2 kids to get a permit. Eventually, the 2 brothers sold chocolates to classmates instead. It seems like Elon Musk did not start inventing new ways to make money when he was old. Number 6. Musk only stayed at Stanford University for 2 days. Elon's mother, sister, and brother moved from South Africa to Canada when Elon Musk was still young. However, when he was 17 years old, he also moved to join them in Canada. While there, he attended Kingston University in Kingston, Ontario, where he studied for 2 years. After that, he was then awarded 2 bachelor's degrees by the University of Pennsylvania, one in physics and the other in economics. After graduating, he decided to transfer over to Stanford University to pursue a PhD in applied physics. However, it only took him 2 days to drop out of this place. But why would he drop out? And the story gets better. But before we continue, have you subscribed to Traverse Media? If not, please do so for more amazing content like this one. Number 5. He dropped out to become an entrepreneur. The same year that Elon Musk dropped out of school, he and his brother Kimball started the Global Link Information Network. Its main purpose was to provide online city guides to newspapers such as the Chicago Tribune and the New York Times. These guides were somehow like the internet versions of the Yellow Pages. At first, when they were starting off, life seemed to be smooth since the 2 brothers would live in their office. This was in an attempt to reduce the expenses as much as they could. During a 2014 commencement speech to the USC graduates, Musk remembered the days, saying, "We showered at the IMCA, and we were so hard up that we only had one computer. The website was up during the day, and I was coding it at night, 7 days a week, all the time." Eventually, they renamed Global Link to Zip2, which became a huge success. Eventually, in 1999, the 2 got a deal to close off the century. Compaq Computers noticed the app's potential, and they offered to buy Zip2 from the Musks for $300 million. They divided the profits after completing the sale, and Musk got about $20 million. This was quite a lot of money, and it would come in handy later. Number 4. Musk inspired the creation of a solar power company. Musk seems to be a very inspiring person because he inspired the founders of one of the largest solar providers in America. All this happened when Musk was driving with his cousin, Lyndon Rive, to Burning Man, the annual late summer festival held in Nevada's Black Rock Desert in 2004. Rive was already a successful software entrepreneur by then, but he confessed that he wanted to venture into something more meaningful. As they were just talking, Musk suggested that he consider the possibility of solar power. Just like that, they discussed the idea in more detail as they were driving through the desert. Eventually, Rive and his brother, Peter, founded Solar City, and over time, it grew to become America's largest solar provider. They even managed to get Musk as their chairman. However, years later, Solar City is now owned by Tesla, of which Elon Musk is the CEO. Number 3. Elon Musk is the real-life model for Iron Man's Tony Stark. Who would have thought that Robert Downey Jr. would have his character based on the life of Elon Musk in the 2008 film Iron Man? Well, now you know. Iron Man's character is portrayed as charismatic and super smart, among other characters. However, before Jon Favreau could come up with the protagonist character, he had done a lot of thinking. However, it was not until actor Robert Downey Jr., who is the main character in the movie, suggested to Jon that he get in touch with Musk. Soon after, Jon Favreau found himself shooting some scenes of Iron Man 2 at the SpaceX factory. The character also inspired Elon Musk because he worked to replicate the movie's methods of designing rockets on a computer screen by waving his hands across a sensor. I guess it was a win-win situation. And there is more, but before we continue, have you subscribed to Traverse Media? If not, please do so for more amazing content like this one. Number 2. Musk owns a James Bond car. If you have followed Musk's life or have read about it somewhere, you probably know that he owns the original car from the 1977 James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. According to the movie, the Lotus Esprit that Bond drives turns into a submarine when Bond and his female companion drive off the pier to escape from the enemy. The car was even given the nickname What Nelly. The car had been missing for years until it was found in a storage unit. It was then sold to an anonymous buyer at a London auction in 2013. Later on, after the auction, the buyer was found to be none other than Elon Musk. However, it was not what he expected because, much to his disappointment, the car did not turn into a submarine in any way. He expressed his disappointment, adding, "What I'm going to do is upgrade it with a Tesla electric powertrain and try to make it transform for real." Musk still has this car in his garage, among his impressive collection of vehicles. Number 1. Musk is the CEO of $4 billion companies. People always dream of starting a billion-dollar company or at least being the CEO of one. However, after some research and analysis, it is clear that Musk has both founded and co-founded $4 billion companies. These are Tesla, SpaceX, Solar City, and PayPal. These companies are worth billions, and some of them are still rising. If you look at a company like Tesla, it is speculated that the company will soon hit the $1 trillion mark. This is mainly due to the fact that EV are the new thing now, and the demand is still increasing. SpaceX is also set to have a higher value thanks to the development and progress that Starlink, a branch of SpaceX that is working on delivering satellite internet, is making. There are also other companies, such as Neuralink and The Boring Company, both of which he has founded, that are yet to make a name for themselves and join other billion-dollar companies. That's all from Traverse Media. Thank you for watching. So, which of the information has stunned you the most? Comment below. Let's engage. Also, please leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content. Goodbye. See you in the next one.